Welcome back, Shop Talk the Series, episode 4. Let me introduce my co-host.
Gabe, at Coach Gabe 3.
My name is Carlos, at Carlos_the barber_.
And I'm Jay the Barber, your host. Follow these guys on Instagram. And we got a very, very special, one and only female in here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Desiree. You can follow me on Instagram at bigluckz.
Shout out to you guys at home. Do people judge you from being a
dyke?
A dyke, there you go. You know what I mean? Do people having face tattoos and all that? Does it judge people judge you from being that? Or?
All the time.
Let us know about that.
It's crazy because I think of myself like I'm just me, you know. I forget that I'm like a dyke, that I'm a lesbian and stuff, but I get called sir all the time. You know, when people first meet me, they think I'm like intimidating and I'm scared, but really, I'm not, you know? You know me.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, since back in the day, back in middle school.
Yeah, but it definitely causes barriers, you know? There's times where I make appointments on the phone, you know, set up interviews, and then I go in. For instance, at the dentist, I set up an appointment for the dentist, and I was talking to them about insurance and all this stuff. And when I come in, they're like, I'm the only one there, mind you. And I come in, and they're like, Desiree? Hey, Cindy, I don't think Desiree's here. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm right here. You know, I'm the only one here.
Right.
And then I was like, it's me. And just the expression on their face, you know?
Right.
And it reminds me like, oh shit. I guess I look a little bit different, but I don't really pay mind to that, you know?
Well, definitely. I remember you from back in the day, and your personality, everything hasn't changed. You're the most nicest person I know.
Yeah.
Ever since 6th grade, you know, I know you go through a lot of things like we always do, but we all go through something to change us, but you still stay the same.
Yeah, I don't look the same, but I stay the same.
Talk about a hard time in your life. I know you went to prison for not once but twice, right?
Yeah. You know, I come from pretty much a fucked up upbringing, you know. I have a mom, she's a drug addict. She has 11 kids. All of us were raised in the foster system. I'm grateful that my grandma saved me when I was 13, and I moved here to Santa Clara. She tried to give me a better life, but I feel like I was already corrupted, so, you know, started fucking around and made some bad choices, and ended up in juvenile hall. And from there, you know, I was in and out of county, and then finally I caught this big case and ended up in prison. I did 2.5 years, the first prison trip, got out, literally like 8 days later, caught another case and went right back in. So prison isn't nothing new to me, you know, but thankfully I was able to change my life and be where I'm at now.
Did going to prison make getting to where you are harder to get there?
Definitely. I mean, it's one thing, you know, it's one thing doing stupid shit out here, but when you have a record on top of my appearance, like when I first got out of prison,
right.
I knew that I wanted to change my life, and I knew that I wanted to do good, and I had a plan where I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna get my shit together, save some money, get my own place. It sounds easy, but when you have a record, it fucks with you, not just with the job, but I had tattoos all over my face. I don't even know if you remember, Jay, but I had more tattoos than I have now.
Yeah, you got laser removal, right?
Yeah, I got tattoo removal, and you know, that was a barrier, but it was like one thing after another. Jobs wouldn't accept me. Even trying to get my first apartment, they denied me. They told me no because of my record, and I had to fight it. Really? I had to appeal it to get my own house, and that's crazy, right? Like you work your ass off to save up all this money, to have a deposit, just for you to get turned down because of shit that you did in the past. Like, that ain't right.
Especially that you paid your time for already.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that when I asked, how do I appeal this, they were like, oh, we don't even know. Nobody's appealed it. So many people take no's in life, you know, because it's an easy thing to do. But fuck that, I don't take no for an answer, you know. I'm gonna find a way through it, around it, somehow, some way I'm gonna get what I need, you know. But it's sad because a lot of people are so used to getting no's that they just take that, you know.
Do you think that being a foster kid shaped you?
Definitely, I think it definitely did. I mean, of course, it caused a lot of pain and it led me to like my drug addiction and all the other things that I struggled with. But in the long run, it made me who I am, you know. And I still ain't shit. I mean, I ain't all that, but I am definitely a better person than I was, and I try to do the right thing, you know, and I try to help out others, and my life is all about giving back now, you know. So
Exactly.
I could say that it definitely molded me.
What do you think was the transition point of you fucking up back in the day to you like getting your shit together? Because now you got a great job, you're a great leader in your community, and you're helping little kids out in need. So you kind of turned the tables around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
What was the transition point? What was the turning point in you?
Honestly, I was just tired. I was just tired of not having shit. I was just tired of feeling alone, broken, like. And so many people came in my life and tried to help me, you know? They tried to step in and be the change for me, but I had to want it for myself, you know?
Yeah.
I had to get broken down so far to where there was nothing else to do but go up, you know? So
A lot of people in that point of breakdown from rock bottom, some people, well, most people can't pick themselves up.
Give up.
Yeah.
Crash.
it wasn't easy. It was fucking hard. I tell people all the time it's easy to fuck up, you know? Like it's easy to not give a fuck. I know how to do that real well, but it's hard to do good, you know? It's hard to do the right thing sometimes, and it ain't easy, especially when you don't have no support. You know, I don't really have a big family. All I have is my grandma and my sister, really. And it's hard, you know? For so long, when I first got out, they told me I was going to go back to prison. They didn't believe in me. So what do you do when you have no support, you know? It's like I lived my life trying to prove to everybody.
It's crazy because after you're done proving to everyone, you realize you don't even need to prove anything to no one.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much yourself, you know?
Yeah, and in the end, that's what I realized, that I had to prove it to myself, you know, and it changed my life for the better, and I'll never go back to that lifestyle, you know? My goal now is to make sure that my little brothers break the cycle, you know, and they don't have to go through what I went through.
You're a brand new parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit's crazy.
Shit's crazy.
So, like I said, my mom has 11 kids, and we grew up in the foster system, and they're all scattered everywhere. My brothers are in prison. I have a couple that were adopted, a couple I don't see. But these are the 2 babies that she had. And, you know, she's managed to keep them out the system for 10 years, but they've been through so much shit with her, you know. She's schizophrenic, she has drug addiction. And when I got out of prison, that was my goal, you know, was to save them. And I did whatever I had to do to get them. And I'm shocked still. Sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, damn, I can't believe I got this far. I can't believe they gave me these kids. And it's definitely hard being a parent, especially being a parent to kids that aren't yours, you know? Because I get that, you're not my mom, you ain't my dad, shit all the time, when really I'm just trying to mold them and help guide them to be better, you know? When they were with my moms, they didn't have no structure, they never went to school, they did whatever they wanted.
Right. Now you're trying to put
Now I'm the bad guy, because I'm like, you gotta do your homework, brush your teeth, it's simple shit, you know? It's the routine I'm trying to do with them, but to them it's like I stole them from their parents, and now I'm the bad guy making them do all this shit. But
How old are they?
They're 11 and one's about to be 13.
How long have you had them for?
I've had them for 2.5 years already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So technically they're your little brothers?
Yeah, they're my little brothers.
But you took over the parent role.
Yeah. To me, they're my kids. Like, you know, I love these kids. I love them more than anything. And I may not have given birth to them, but those are my babies, you know?
But legally, they're your kids.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shit, and you feed them and keep the roof over their head and.
Yeah. Tell them not.
yeah, I met them a lot of times, and they're good little kids. You know, they're just like how any of us were. You know, we all go through mistakes, and you just gotta guide them.
Yeah.
But you're doing a great job, man. I mean, no one tells you enough.
Yeah, and you're in a tough spot too. But I feel like they would take. Do they know half the shit that you've been through? Because I feel like they should know. Like,
you know what? I'm always one thing when my grandma took me, I always knew what was going on with my moms. You know, it hurt me. It hurt me to know the truth, but I can say that she allowed me still to see it for myself. You know.
Right.
But I tell them, because I'm not gonna lie to them. You know, like. They've seen so much shit. They've been through so much shit with her. I can't lie, you know. They've seen her on drugs. They've seen her, you know, barricade her house because she thought people were after her, you know.
Right.
Like they've been through some crazy shit. So I can't lie. And even though they know the truth, it still hurts, you know. They still love their mom, and I get that. But I just let them know that they're my number one priority, and their safety is my number one priority, and that's why they can't be with her, you know.
That's the kind of shit they won't realize and appreciate till they're a little older.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, 11 and 13, you don't comprehend all that kind of shit yet.
What was
They're
that?
gonna. That's the kind of shit they'll appreciate when they're older.
Yeah, and I'll be waiting for that day, because right now, right now they don't give a fuck. But you know, we definitely have more good days than bad days, but it's not easy. It's really not, and I'm doing the best that I can.
Look, I got a 13-year-old that's been around forever. That little fucker still don't listen or appreciate shit, so I'm still waiting for that day too.
Yeah. But I'm definitely blessed.
Can I ask you what you do now? What do you do as a job?
Huh?
What do you do as a job right now?
At my job, so I'm the program supervisor for a program that helps youth ages 13 to 25, and we help them, you know, get back on their feet, give them some stability. I mean, I work with kids that are like 13 prostituting in the street, you know. I have kids that are kicked out at 15 because they're gay, you know, and their parents don't accept them. I deal with all kinds of different kids that are in fucked up situations, you know?
Yeah.
So I love my job. It's hard. It's hard to hear the stories. It's hard to see them so young, you know, and remember that I was like that with no hope. But we do the best we can to try to support them and get them in a better place.
So basically kind of like guide them with like your experiences, like kind of like try to find them to theirs and kind of like guiding them through pretty much.
Yeah, it's not easy, you know. I remember when I was a kid, and I'm sure you guys remember too, that when we were young, we knew it all and nobody could talk shit.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it.
So it's still, I think of it like, no matter what, I'm still planting that seed. And they're going to remember, you know, when it's time and they're ready to change, they're going to remember all the things that we instill in them. Because I remember those people that try to help me, and I just turn my head to them, you know. So I'm hoping one day it'll pay off. I don't really see a lot of reward in my job, but I focus on like the little things, you know.
Yeah.
Well, plus the good cases don't come back to say much, you know. I'd imagine that once you fix them, if they're going through something good, you just don't see them anymore, you know. They fix things with their family.
Yeah. And sometimes they come back, you know, and sometimes they come back and they're like, hey, I just want to thank you, you know. I want to thank you for supporting me, and you know, you guys changed my life. And when that happens, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, like, I hold on to that shit, you know. I was at Shoe Palace, and I seen this kid. I didn't recognize him. It's probably been like 3 years since I seen him, and he was like, Desiree, and I'm like, who the fuck are you, you know? And he's like, hey, it's me, and I'm like, I don't remember you. And he's like, it's me, Jason. And I was like, oh, hey. And he's like, hey, I just want to tell you I'm doing good. Like, he was so excited to tell me all the good things that he's doing in his life, you know? He showed me his car. Like, he was so excited, and it just made me feel good that, you know, he was proud of himself.
let's talk about what you said a little while ago. You said acceptance and being gay, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're accepted?
I want to think that I am.
Yeah.
Because I accept myself, you know, but the reality is that's not always the case, you know, and I do come across situations or people that I feel that, you know, and it's an ugly feeling. And I was fortunate enough to not have to go through coming out. My grandma already knew. When I told her, she already knew, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't a big old thing. But to some people, and I met a lot of people, and I know a lot of people in my life where coming out was like a big thing, you know? Their family doesn't accept them. It takes a lot out of you, you know? When you're not accepted, especially by your family.
I feel like being just like Mexican and Latino like household is like so like old school with their ways. Like it's kind of like if you're gay, you're out of here. Like I know so many people like that, and they're all mostly like Latinos, Mexicans. They have like that old school type of parents, like dad. Like they don't want you being gay. They want you a certain way, you know. So if you tell them otherwise.
You know it's crazy because I'm talking to this girl. I've been talking to her for a while.
See you. I see you.
And we talk about this all the time because
she better be a special one if she's getting shout out on here, man.
I ain't saying her name. But her mom doesn't accept who she is, you know? And
really?
She's always talking shit. I hear her always talking shit, you know, telling her that she's like dirty and...
She's an adult, obviously, right?
Yeah, she's an adult. And it's sad that she's been gay all her life. So her mom's known this whole time and still she doesn't accept her. And to me, I'm like, fuck her, you know? But to her, that's her mom's, you know? So it hurts. It hurts her. And it's sad because there's nothing that we can do, you know? Some people are set in their ways and it's unfortunate for them because they're going to miss out, you know, on all the good things that she has going on in her life because they want to be mad about the choices she's making, you know?
Well, definitely.
But it's not even a choice, it's who she is, and that's the fucked up part.
Sad thing is you gotta hear about kids going through that same story with their
parents. I have kids who are 13, 14, 15 out in the streets because legit their parents said, fuck you, you're not gonna be gay, you're not gonna be trans, get the fuck out of my house, and they don't give a fuck.
Damn. That's gotta be rough.
And they come from good households. They're not fucked up families, you know, and that's a fucked up part, seeing those little kids kicked out for who they are, you know?
Exactly.
I feel like it's almost harder for them because they've been sheltered their whole life that they're gonna hit the streets and they're like don't know how to take care of themselves at all.
It is, and I'm glad that my program's there for them because it's scary when you're a street kid, you know?
Right.
But imagine
let alone being a silver spoon kind of kid.
Yeah, it's scary, you know? They don't know what the fuck to do and people take advantage of them and all kinds of shit. There's a whole bunch of weirdos out here, you know?
Right, people that prey on kids like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they're looking for.
It's fucked up.
I feel like being a girl, though, and a lesbian, it's way more accepted than
being a gay boy.
Being a gay guy, you know? And it's crazy because my little one, Adrian, he's been telling me since I got him that he's gay.
Really?
Yeah, and
the little one?
Yeah, the little one. And, you know, even me being gay my damn self, at first I was like, no, you're not. And then I had to fucking tell myself to shut the fuck up because what is that doing to him, you know?
Yeah, rejecting his acceptance.
So I had to switch it up. Like, it doesn't matter what you are, I'm gonna love you no matter what, but don't worry about that right now, you know?
Yeah,
you ain't gotta worry about that. You're a little kid, just focus on school. But he's like, nah, I need to, he told me this. He's like, nah, I need to figure this out. I need to know who I am.
Damn.
And I'm just like, damn. It's different when
it's your kid.
Yeah, when it's your kid, it's fucking different. I don't give a fuck if you're gay yourself. Like, it hits different because I don't want him to go through the shit that I know happens, you know?
Right.
And so I told him, like, that's fine, babe, but if you want to go around telling people at school, like, I'm gonna put you in some boxing class because you're gonna learn how to protect yourself, you know?
Kids are ruthless.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So he already actually got into some shit at school and I had to go raise hell because he confided in his friend, well, supposedly his friend, and told him that he was gay, you know? And this fool kicked him, called him a weirdo, and he came home with a big old mark on his face. And I'm like, what happened to you? And he's like, they were telling me I'm gay, and he kicked me. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, it's sad that shit's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the message for all these parents?
The message that I want to give them is to stop instilling your motherfucking beliefs to your child, you know? Like, I feel like they just need to let them know that it's 2020, the world's changed. You don't gotta like it, but you aren't gonna disrespect it, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't gotta put somebody down because of what they choose or who they are. But I mean, it's difficult. That's like it's a difficult thing, you know?
I think you said it best. Just being a gay person yourself, that dealing with your kid, it hits different, you know? That shit
it does hit different.
Even you, you would think is as prepared to have that conversation as anybody.
Yeah,
and even you were caught off guard, you know?
Yeah. And it still fucks with me, you know? And I'm still like, you really don't know what you are. I mean, you're 11 years old. Like, you haven't even kissed a girl, you know? You don't know how you feel. But
when do you think you know? Like, what age do you
I don't fucking know, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
11, right?
Well, here's the thing is that I've had conversations with him, like, why do you think that you're gay? And, like, these in-depth conversations, because, I mean, Jay, you've met Adrian. He's hella smart.
Very smart kid.
And,
very shy.
Yeah. And he's like, Desiree, he's like, I know what I like. He's like, I've been thinking about this. He's like, I've never had a crush on a girl. He's like, but, you know, this boy, Joey, like, when I'm around him, I get butterflies in my stomach. Like, he's explaining everything that I feel when I got a crush on a bitch, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I'm like, damn, like,
he does kind of know already then.
He really knows, you know?
Extremely happy that you came on the show, you know what I mean? And spread your knowledge to all these people. And got any outros?
Thanks for the education.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, accept people for who they are, pretty much.
All right. Well, with that being said, stay tuned to the next episode. Thank you, Des. Follow her on IG. We out.
Were you anybody's prison bitch?
I wasn't anybody's prison bitch, but I had a couple prison bitches.
I had a girl.
Who was your prison bitch?
Some girl from LA.
We can't name names, bro.
No name dropping?
Yeah. Some girl from LA, some girl from SAC, couple of them. But I wasn't nobody's bitch. But I had a couple people that try to make me a bitch.
Tell us.
Well, my first prison trip, right? I'm a baby. I'm new to prison, so I'm like, fuck, you know, a little bit scared. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
yeah,
what is it? You know?
A baby, 18?
Yeah, 18.
Freshman, yeah.
So I go, right? And I just got over the wall to B-Yard. And I get into this room. And the next day, it's like my second day. And I'm working, right? And I come home from work. And there's this bitch on my bed. And she's a lifer, right? So when you're a lifer, you run the room. That's her room. That's her house.
Right, she ain't going nowhere.
She runs this shit. So she's on my bed braiding somebody's hair. And I'm like...
What's her name?
Her name was Diabla.
Isn't that chick from the show?
Scary one.
Yeah. She's a scary bitch. And anyways, I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck off my bed. And she was like, nah, and I'm scared, right? I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking scared, but I'm like, you ain't gonna make me no bitch.
Right.
Like, the homegirls told me when you get up there, people are gonna test you, don't be no bitch, because you're gonna stay a bitch.
You give an inch, they're gonna take a mile.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck, I'm scared, right? But I gotta stand my girl, that's my bed. So I'm like, get the fuck off my